Today I'll explain you about the strings in Python. So what do you mean by string? So string is a collection of characters. Okay. And the characters could be alphanumeric and it is put into a single quote or double quotes. Okay, so string is a collection of characters. It could be alphanumeric or only purely characters or only numbers, but it need to put into a single quote or a double quotes. Now, for example, if I take some x equal to hello world, okay, then print the text value. So you can see the hello world, it has been acting as a string. If I put x1 equal to in single quote, then print x1, then still the same output you are getting, single quote or double quote. Now I can directly go for print also. I can put hello world directly. So whatever you put in double quotes will print as it is. So just run it. Then you can go for print. Single quotes will check. Just run this to get the same thing. So either you can go for single quote or double quote. Now what is the use when both are giving the same output? Okay. So if suppose I'm going for printing like teachers and apostrophe s I need to put for that. So just check. I can see the single apostrophe s has been printed. If you put a single quote and you put teachers in apostrophe s, then it leads to an error. If suppose I go for the same, here I put like this. Now here I can't do, okay, because that leads to an error. Okay, so for this purpose, whenever you want a single quote to be printed in output, then better you surround with the double quotes. Okay. Now similarly, I want to go for like I'll write the book title is I need to put in double quotes like Python programming. Okay, then I convert the single quote. So I want Python programming in double quotes. We'll see. So you can see double quotes you are getting. Okay, so if you want this double quotes also, better you surround with the single quotes. So this is the purpose. They are given two things. One is single quote and one is double quote. Okay, so we can assign variables also. Variable to the variables also. Already I was showing this how you are going to assign and how you are going to print those values, or you can print directly also. Now, can we write multi-line strings? So I put here multi-line strings. Now I take x3 equal to, I put three double quotes and I'll write like the Python programming is, I'll go for next line, platform independent, then portable, then I go for next line, then object oriented. Go for next line, interpreted, language, and I terminate with three double quotes. Okay, now I want to print, so I put 4 lines. So I'll go for print of x3. We'll check what is the output. So you can see how you have given the value, the same thing you are going to get in line by line wherever you have been terminated. Now suppose you can see the first line, second line, third line, fourth line. So you get first line, second line, third line, fourth line. So this is becoming a multi-line string. Okay. Now same thing I'll show with single quotes also. So instead of double quotes, you can go for single quotes also. Okay. Then just run. So you can see the same output. So in between, if you want to put any double quote, let's suppose I want to put the double quotes here. Still no problem. Let's get the double quotes here. Okay. So either you can go for single quote, or that means 3 single quotes opening and closing, 3 single quotes closing and opening. Okay. So either way you can do. If you go for double quotes, you can use single quotes in between. You can go for, if you're going for single quotes, in between you can use the double quotes like this. Okay. So this is one way how you're going for the multi-line comments, multi-line strings, not comments. Okay. And if you don't use if you don't assign the variable, okay, like if you don't assign the variable, then it will become a multi-line comment. Okay. So you need to be careful when you go for multi-line strings. Okay. Now the strings are acting as arrays. Okay. I can say strings are arrays. Now when you go for array, the array is a collection of similar elements and it can be accessed through index numbers. Okay. Array index starts with 0. Okay. Now this is the basic information. Okay. Now if you take a string, now let's suppose I take something called y equal to hello world. Okay. Now if you take this, I'll write here, the h is becoming, or I can write here, y of 0 is becoming h, capital H, then y of 1 is becoming e, then y of 2 is becoming l, and y of 3 is becoming one more l, y of 4 is becoming o, hello, y of 5 is becoming a space. Okay. Then y of 6 is becoming w, y of 7 is becoming o again, y of 8 is becoming r, y of 9 is becoming l, then y of 10 is becoming d. Okay, now this is the way how you're going to initialize the value. Okay, so totally 11 are there. 1 2 3 4 5 space, also you're counting 6 7 8 9 10 11, but the index number, if you see, it is starting from 0 and ending with n minus 1, that is 10. If suppose I want to print let's say y of 0. Then just check, are we getting this h value? Only single character. You can see. If I go for printing y of, maybe I'll take this 4, y of 4. Just check, are we getting o? So you can see the o you got. Now here if you take y of 5, we'll see what happens when we print that y of 5 was. So you can see nothing implies the space what you are getting. Okay. Then if I go for print of y of, let's say 8. Okay, just run this. Now you can see there is a space here and r you got. Okay, so like this we can access every character through the index number. Okay, now for this, if you want, you can apply the loop also. Let's suppose I apply a for loop for a in. Okay, so I'll write here only hello world, or you can write directly y. Okay, y implies here what? Hello world, right? Then you need to put a colon here so that indentation starts when you go for a loop. Then you can write print of a. Okay, we'll see what happens. So you can see every iteration one character is retrieved, h e l l o, then space w o r l d. So if you want to write like this, you can write down, or else you can write for a in, maybe I'll give something called Python. Okay, I'm giving a different string. You can give the same string also, no problem. Python programming. Okay, and here you print of a. Okay, now you can see Python programming completely you got one by one. So like this also you can use in a loop. Okay, so one by one iteration, like 0 index, then 1 index, then 2 index, 3 index, like that it goes on. Okay, now if you told you want to find out the length of the string, string length. So how to find the length of the string? We have a length function. Okay, we have a len function. Okay, so this is a small l. Len function returns the length of a string. So we'll try. So suppose I'll take something like a equal to, I'll take Python programming. Okay, Python programming. Then print what I want to print. I want to print the length of a. Just see how many characters it is taking. So it is taking totally 18. So including the space. So till here it is 6. Then the space is 7. Then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, so including space you need to count. Right? So this way you need to go for checking the length for particular string. Now, if I want to just check, okay, a particular string is available in the complete string or not. Okay, so we already seen in the previous video that is in and not in. Okay, the membership operators. So if I take the same I'll take. Okay, now in this I want to check whether a word called Python is existing or not. So print Python in A. Okay, so A is holding what? Complete Python programming. So I want to check. So you get true or false. Yes, Python is already existing in this one. I'll make it just smalls. So you can see the false. So it's case sensitive, right? So it's a capital letter, but here it is small letter, right? If suppose I'm writing here, not in. Okay, I'm writing not in A. Then I need to get true. Okay. So if I just go for this, so I can just cross verify. If you can give programming also, no issue. Maybe I'll write only pro and I'll just apply in. We'll check. Yes, pro is already there here. So we got in Python program pro is there. So you got true value. And if you write not in, you get the false value. Okay. Now if I give some XYZ here, okay, and I say that it's not in this CA, that is Python programming, then you get true value. Because XYZ is not at all available in this Python programming string. So you get true value. Okay. If I make it as in, then you get the false value. Okay. So like this, you need to just cross verify whether the particular string is available in the whole string or not. Okay. Then now what do you mean by string slicing? So I'll just go for string slicing. Now here what we can do here is slicing. We can just return a range of characters. So it returns a range of characters. Now if you take a string slicing operator, okay, I'll just put a colon. Colon is considered as a slicing operator. No. Now here we do have the parameters like for the string, like we need to specify the start index, that is the starting index, end index, okay, separated by colon. It is a slicing operator. Okay, so that it returns a part of string. That is, I can call this a substring. Okay. Now we'll try to check how it works. I'm taking the same Python programming and I want to print the string is B, right? So I put a list here. The starting index I want something like 3 and slicing operator, and I want something called 8. So we'll see the output, how it works. Okay, here actually it is A, not B. Okay, so now you can see we are starting with 3. So this is 0 index, then the 1 index, then 2 index. Now this H is 3 index. So here you got H, then till 8, right? So O is becoming 4, N is becoming 5, space is becoming 6, P is becoming 7. So 8th one is not considered. So if you give 8, you get till 7 only. So 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So here H is 3, O is 4, N is 5, space is 6 and P is 7. So any point of time when you go for the slicing operator, you need to consider n minus 1. Okay, n is nothing but the last number 8. So 8 minus 1 only till 7 index numbers you are going to get. Okay. Now, if I go for printing a of, and I don't give starting index, I'll just give the ending index, like suppose 8. Okay, or if you want, I will make it as 10. When I don't give any starting index, obviously it start with the 0 index. That you need to remember. Okay, I have not given starting index, but I given the ending index. After colon, you can see I given the ending index. So when you give ending index, then it will start from the beginning. So till 8 we have seen. So this is becoming 9. So we'll see till R are we getting the output. We'll see till R we are getting the output or not. So just run this. Okay, I need to close. Can you see here? Okay, till 10. So we'll see again. So this is 7 only, right? P was 7, right? Then 8 and 9. Yes. So this O is 9. So till here you are getting the output is correct, because P what we have seen here is 7 index number. Then R is 8 index number. O is 9 index number. Okay. So 10 minus 1, that is 9 only you are going to get. Now, if you go for print of A, now I give the starting index number, let's say 3, and I don't give the ending index number. Okay, now what happens when you don't give the ending index number? Can you see here? We don't give any index number. Then what happens? Just check. That means starting from 3, right? The H is 3, right? So you get the complete thing till the last. Just execute and see. Can you see? Starting with H, there is 3 index number, but you don't give any end index number. So you get the complete thing. Okay. Now, if suppose I'll give print A and I don't give starting and ending. Okay. So you get the complete string as it is. Okay. So there is no starting and there is no ending. Right. Now, can we apply negative indexing in Python? That we need to check out, because in the earlier programming languages we don't have any negative indexing concept, but here we do have a negative indexing concept. So here what happens is, if I take the same, okay, if I go for A equal to some Python programming, now here if you go for negative indexing, what happens? So this G is becoming -1, N is becoming -2, I is becoming -3, M is becoming -4, this M is becoming -5, like that it goes on. Okay, I'll just write few. So if I write A of -1, so you're going to get the character called G. A of -2, you're going to get the character called N. A of -3, you're going to get the character called I. A of -4, you're going to get the character called M. A of -5, you're going to get the character called M again. Then A of -6, then you get A of -7, you are going to get R. A of -8, you are going to get like G. A of -9, then O. A of -10, like you get P, that is capital P, and so on. Okay, it goes on. Now we'll try to check. Okay, now if I go for printing a of -1, okay, so I've already written what is a of -1. We'll check whether we are getting the same. Yes, we are getting the same. Now we go for a of -4, print of a of -4. Then just check, are you getting m? Yes. Then if we go for a of -7, print a of -7, right? Just print and check. Fine. So you're getting the same. Now, if I go for the slicing through negative indexing, so here I'll put something like negative indexing, negative indexing. Okay. Then can we perform slicing on negative indexing? Okay. I'll write here slicing on, or slicing using negative indexing. Fine. Now if I go for like a of -3, okay, -3 colon, then I'll write -1. Okay, so just will print this, print of. Now here -3 is what? I. Okay, and the -2 and -1. So I'm expecting this ing as an answer. We'll check, because -3, it will only move the forward direction, it will never move to the backward direction. So you need to only just do like this. Okay, so just print this. Okay, so still the -1, the last element, is not been considered. Okay, as we have done with n-1 here, right? So same thing applies here. -3, the -1 is not considered. So you get -3 and -2 only you're getting. Okay, now if I go for printing a of, let's say, -6 colon -2. Okay, so we'll try to check what is your answer. So already I've written -6 is a. Okay, -5, then -4, then -3. So I'm expecting till this I. Okay, so we're starting with a, no? So I'm expecting my answer till here only. Okay, and -2 is not considered. So we'll check. So can you see, we are not getting n, right? So we are not getting n. So only this 4. -2 is not considered, but that's the last element that is not considered, right? Now, then if I give like print of a of -6 colon, okay, I'm not giving any ending index. We'll see what is your answer. Now I'll say the output -6 this a. Okay, from a I'm expecting this complete answer. We'll see whether it works fine or not. Okay, because only in forward direction it will move, it will never go to the reverse direction. Okay, so -6 is the starting index, and the rest of the string I'm expecting as an answer. So just select this and run. So you can see right from A, it has been moving in the forward direction. Okay. Now suppose I want to print the string in reverse way, you can simply apply A of starting index is null, ending index is null, and there is a next step is decrementation -1. Okay, just close this and just check. I can see Python in the reverse way it is printing. Python, then programming. Okay, if you want to just print in reverse way, you can go for. So this step is updation, whether you can go for incrementation or decrementation. Okay, let's suppose if I go for A of the starting index, I'm not giving, ending index, I'm not giving. Then I'm giving here, I'm giving starting index and ending index is null, and then incrementation by 2. We'll just check. Now I can see Py is missing, Th is missing, O, N is missing here. So it is leaving one character gap and it is printing the text. Okay, if you take this one, P is printed, then T, then O is printed, then space, then again P, O, like that it has been printing. Okay, if I give 3, you can see 2 characters are been reduced. So 3 incrementation. Okay, so like this, you can just check. Now, can we go for reassigning of strings? Here I'm writing reassigning of strings. Okay, now if I take like same is Python programming, right? I'll just copy this. Okay, now I want to just change first letter, like A of, not here, below, A of something like 0, initialize with some X, let's say. Okay, then print a value, then you get error because string is mutable, string is immutable. Okay, once we define any string here, we cannot change its character. Okay, so this cannot be possible. If you want to just go for reinitialization, then you can do that is there. If suppose I'll write something like a equal to, I'll keep small letters now, Python programming. Now this is fine. That's the only reinitializing you're doing. But here what you're trying to do, you're trying to change the character, right? That is not possible. So strings are immutable. I can write here only. Strings are immutable. Okay. That is, we can't modify this string. Okay. Then can we delete? Can we delete a string? Okay. I'll just take this. I want to go for deleting a particular character, like del of, there is a keyword called del, and I want to delete a of 0. Okay. Then I want to print a. Just run this to get an error because we cannot remove any character nor we add any character for a string because string is immutable. Now, can I delete the complete thing? Instead of giving this, I want to just run this. Okay, A is not defined, right? Because A is completely deleted. So I can just remove this. Then you can see if I want to print A, you get A is not defined because the particular thing has been deleted, right? So you get an error. Fine. So I can delete the complete string by giving its variable. I can't delete the single character. Okay, based on the index number, right? Or range of characters I cannot go for. I need to only go for DL followed by the string variable name, right? Then the next one, now after slicing, let's say if at all I want to just go for converting a lowercase to uppercase or uppercase to lowercase, what can be done? So I'll just take this all are small case, right? So simply write print a dot upper function. Similarly, I want to go for, let's say a equal to some hello, and I want to just make it as completely lower. So a dot lower function you can use. So you can see it has been converted into lowercase, right? Now, if I take a equal to, I'll just give some space like this. Hello world. Okay, and again I give some space. I want to remove this leading and this leading space and trailing space. Okay, so what you can do is here you can simply apply print a dot strip function strip, so which is going to remove the right side and left side spaces. So you can see, so this particular thing generally uh, when you go for real-time examples, maybe suppose you are entering your password with some spaces, knowingly or unknowingly you're giving some space, and here also you are given some space, then that is not been the correct one. So internally the programmer is going to apply this strip function in order to remove this leading and trailing white spaces, then that particular value get considered. Okay, now if suppose I want to replace a particular character, I'll take the same, I'll just remove this. I want to just replace a particular character, so I'm writing print a dot replace of, there is a function called replace, and what you want to replace, I want to just replace a character called h with a character called some x. Okay, just run, so you can see that has been replaced, right? So like this we can replace. Then I just put a comma here. I want to split the words. So print, there's a split function, split of, on what base you want to split. You want to split based on the comma, right? You need to just give the comma in between. That means here you need to specify the character on what base you want to split the word. So already you have a comma. Based on this you want to split. Just execute this. So you can see this is one word and this is the another word what have been splitted out. Okay. Then can we concatenate two strings? Okay, let's suppose I'm taking something called hello. This is one string, b equal to something called world. Then c equal to a plus b. I'm writing and print c. So my output need to be hello world, right? So you can see, and there is no space in between. If you want to give some space, you can just give one space here and rerun. You get the hello world. So that's a concatenation, right? because any two strings can connect with the using the plus operator. Then I can't concatenate a number with a particular string. Okay, so let's suppose if I take a equal to some hello and b equal to some 50, c equal to a plus b, a plus b, then print of c. Just run this, you get an error because the number cannot be concatenated with a string. Okay, can only concatenate strings, not integers. Okay, now what you can do for this one, you need to go for formatting. So there is something called a string. Okay, now what you can do here is, let's take an example. Now here I'm taking something called a equal to some 50, then text some t equal to, I'm writing like my name is some xyz. Okay, then I want to put that a, right? So I'm writing the placeholder here, then close, then print the t value. Okay, because I cannot concatenate into a string, right? So I need to use a placeholder. But here before this, I need to put f. F stands for the format. Okay, so just run this. Now you can see it has been appended. Okay, so like this, you can just go for. So we don't have any concatenation properly, so we can go for this placeholder, and this f you need to prefix for the formatting, right? So wherever you want, you can just insert that particular placeholder here, right? So if I go for another number like b is 6. Okay, I'm 50 age writing, and okay, my height is, so I want to put 6 feet. So I can see placeholders, you can see how it is working now. Okay, now I can frame the sentence like this. Okay, then the next one, now we do have some escape characters. Okay, now we have some escape characters like I put a backslash, a single quote for single quote. Okay, then I put two backslashes for in order to get one backslash in my output, then slash n for the new line, then slash t for tab, Okay, then slash b for backspace. Okay, now these are few escape characters, right? So now if you want to print backslash, there's a single quote in your program. So what I can do here is I can go for some text. So I want to put a single quote. So I'll write like one single quote, then I'll write Python. Python. Okay. Then one more single quote here. Then I'll write programming. Then we'll try to check how it works. I can see the single quote what I mentioned here. So if you want to get one single quote inside, you can just put an escape sequence. Okay. And I'll just copy this, both the lines, and I put here. I'll remove this. I'll put a slash in. We'll check whether you're getting in two lines output or not. So you can see Python programming, you're getting in two lines. Okay. And if you want something called double quotes here, you can mention the double quotes. Okay, like this. Then if you want to get a tab space, so I'll just write here the T. Okay, so you're getting a tab space, right? So like this, you can go for using the escape characters also. Okay, so these are few basics of strings in Python. So you can just see what all operations we are doing on these strings. So if you like this video, do comment, subscribe, and share it to your friends. Thank you.